when American taxpayers finance drug research, I believe they've earned the right to be able to purchase that pharmaceutical at a reasonable price. But that's not really happening. Instead, so often taxpayers' wallets are hit twice for too many medications. They pay once for the drug research, and then they pay, if they can afford to do so, a really, in some cases, outrageous price for the resulting medication. It is a contradiction that Americans pay for pharmaceutical research, and yet too many of them are unable to afford the resulting medications. And this is particularly insulting when the same medication that was financed with taxpayer money is sold abroad at a much lower price than Americans are charged for the same drug. Through this amendment, utilize an existing law that actually Bob Dole wrote some years ago and set out on a permissive basis that the Secretary of Defense may utilize that law and set up a standard for how the Secretary of Defense can utilize that law with reference to significant amounts of research that are funded through the Department of Defense. A good example is a drug called Xtandi that treats prostate cancer. The Department of Defense has invested a significant amount of money to bring that drug onto the market. It was owned until recently by a Japanese company, charging far less there in Canada, in Norway, than is charged to American taxpayers. This simply says that the Secretary of Defense would have authority to utilize a standard under the Dole-By Act to license a competitor and let competition work to bring down prices if the price that is set here on a taxpayer-financed drug is so high that it exceeds that in 7 other industrialized advanced economies like our own. That's the thrust of it. I think taxpayers deserve to be protected. This doesn't compel the Department of Defense to do anything it could not do now, but it does set a metric, a standard, by which the department could look to try to make pharmaceuticals available. Won't take care of all of the problems of pharmaceutical prices, but it would take care of those that are financed through the Department of Defense, paid for by taxpayers, and to which I think they should have an opportunity to get at reasonable prices. That's the thrust of the amendment.
Mr. Doggett, thank you very much.